LANA lore no more Dress to Impress because one of the biggest people behind the lore just officially left the game and now the entire community is confused and honestly kind of worried about what's gonna happen next. And trust me, later in this video, I'm gonna explain why this actually isn't the first time something like this has happened in DTI history because a lot of newer players don't know about the older lore writers and how confusing the story already was before. But first, let's talk about what happened. So, Dress to Impress recently posted this announcement saying, "Hi everyone, we want to share a quick update. We have parted ways with Umaye, who has played a huge part of Dress to Impress over the past 2 years." And the moment people saw that, well, everyone immediately started panicking. She played a huge role in writing the story quests and lore, and she also helped bring some of the biggest collaborations in DTI like the Brat collaboration, the Lady Gaga, the Wicked, and the most recent one which is the Cat's Eye collab. This is honestly insane when you think about it because this is literally a Roblox dress-up game getting collabs that some huge games don't even get. And what made people even more suspicious was the timing because the announcement happened literally right after the Cat's Eye collab just ended. So of course, people immediately started making theories and wondering if something bad happened behind the scenes, like is there some sort of beef happening? And I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw the announcement, I was kinda shocked too. Like, my first thought was literally, what's gonna happen to the lore now? Especially because we haven't gotten a major lore quest in a while, but honestly, after looking into everything more, I genuinely don't think she left on bad terms. Like, first of all, verified members in the Discord were literally allowed to leave farewell messages for her, which I feel like they wouldn't do if things ended badly, and Dress to Impress even reposted her own personal announcement too, so to me this honestly feels more like someone moving on to bigger opportunities rather than drama happening behind the scenes, if that makes sense. And if you read Omoye's personal statement, she talked about writing multiple major quests, helping facilitate huge collaborations, attending UGCCon, which is in Vegas, as a featured speaker, and also working on some exciting future projects. Which honestly, all of this is just so impressive. Like, that genuinely sounded like someone whose career is growing really fast right now, so personally, I think she just needs more growth outside of DTI, and honestly, I can respect that. But now we need to talk about the real reason people are worried: the lore. Because ever since the Halloween 2025 quest, we really haven't gotten another huge lore continuation yet. And if you played that Halloween quest, then you probably remember the ending that's teasing the next storyline was supposed to focus on Nurse Julie. And I'm not even gonna lie, that actually made me really excited because I recently came back to Trust to Impress after being gone for a while now, so I already feel like I missed out on so much lore already. And honestly, I really wanted to see what the Nurse Julie story was gonna go like. Who actually is she? Like, what's her past? And how is she connected so much into everything? Like, there's still so many unanswered questions, so now people are worried that maybe the storyline won't continue anymore. And honestly, I don't think the lore is ending completely. I think it's just gonna change though. But this is where things start getting interesting because this actually isn't the first time DTI's lore's direction changed, and this is the part a lot of newer players probably don't even know. Apparently, Umaye wasn't even the original lore writer. Before her, another developer known as Motor Princess, which we also know as Owen, was heavily involved with the earlier storylines and quests. And yes, that Owen. The one with the Owen axe and Owen crown code items. Well, from what people have said, he was active with lore and quest writing even before Umiye became more involved with the story direction. But then, over time, some older characters and plotlines from Owen's version started getting changed or completely scrapped once Umiye took over of the writing, which honestly explains why the lore became confusing for a lot of players. And if you weren't around during those older quests and storylines, it's actually really easy to get lost. Like, even now, I still get confused sometimes trying to connect everything together, but apparently, Omoye tried her best to clean up a lot of those inconsistencies and make the story easier to follow. So now that she's leaving, I think people are worried the same confusion might happen again, or even worse. Like, are they gonna continue the exact same story? Or are they even gonna acknowledge the older characters? Are they gonna change the direction again? Like, we genuinely don't know yet. And honestly, this is where I'm kind of nervous too because you guys already know how much I love the quest in Dress to Impress. Like, the quest genuinely made the game feel different from every other Roblox dress up games. Like, it wasn't just dressing up anymore. Like, there was actually mystery, storytelling, hidden details, theories, and especially creepy moments. And that's what made so many people emotionally attached to LANA lore in the first place. So, I really hope they don't discontinue the quest just because the main writer left, but honestly, there's also a possibility that Omoye already finished writing parts of the Nurse Julie storyline before leaving. Like, just think about it, guys. What if this announcement was actually planned weeks or even months ago and they were just waiting for the right time to post it? Because it would honestly be crazy if they teased Nurse Julie that hard just to completely abandon the story right after. And another thing I'm honestly not worried about that much is the collaborations because at this point, Trust to Impress has already proven that they can consistently pull huge collabs. I mean, we already know that the Sarah Larson collab is coming too, and I'm actually really excited for that. Like, I already have an outfit prepared and everything, so personally, I don't think this is the downfall of DTI at all. I just think this is gonna be like a transition period, and yes, Omoye leaving is a really big change because she contributed so much to the game, and I still think that the lore will continue to, well, just probably under a different writer now. Whether that's an old developer or Owen again, or maybe someone completely new that they hire, we honestly just have to wait and see. And honestly, I'll still try my best to help explain the lore to you guys, even though I'm still relearning parts of it myself after missing a lot during 2025. So if you guys want more lore videos, theories, updates, and quest explanations, definitely subscribe because I really want to keep making more DTI content for you guys. Also, wait, before the video ends, I actually want to know something. What's your favorite Dress to Impress lore quest ever? Because I swear everybody has that one quest or storyline that made them completely obsessed with the lore. And also tell me where you guys are watching from because I always love seeing where everyone's from. And I'll try to heart as many comments as I can. But yeah, for now, I think all we can really do is wait and see what happens next. And no matter what, I genuinely wish Umaye success because she clearly left a huge impact on DTI history. And hopefully, the next chapter of the lore still gives us answers about Nurse Julie because I need to know what is actually going on there. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!